Hey everyone, Scott Sinclair here. Hope everybody's keeping safe, doing the right things. Um, no word yet on the city when we're going to be starting back or when we're going to get our park permits. July 1st is still the date we have. Maybe sooner, we'll see. Um, as you know, as everybody should know, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary this year for the BOSL. This year we have 6 members celebrating 15 years and 3 members celebrating 25 years. In past years, we used to conduct videos, interviews during the year, handing out the pins or the awards to each of the members. We thought that this year maybe we'll try to do it before the season starts, since we all have time on our hands. I'm videoing myself, but we might do it over Zoom or Skype or something along those lines. Um, since I'm celebrating my 15-year anniversary this year, um, I was voluntold that I'm going to be the guinea pig for this. So, what we're going to do is we're going to just ask 3 or 4 questions of each member and see what their answers are. So, me first. So, first question. Do you remember your first year? So, of course, I most definitely remember my first year. I moved to Burlington from London in 2005 because of work. I didn't know anybody in Burlington, and I had played some slow pitch in the past, so I thought it was time to start playing again. So I Googled slow pitch Burlington, and the BOSL was the first thing that popped up in the search. So I sent an email in, and the next day I got a call back from Steve Leyland, who was the president at the time, and said, "There's one spot left. You better get your check in." So I wrote the check and registered and drove it up to Hector's that day, and yeah, I was in. So my first team that drafted me was Independent Traffic. Kerry Close and Kenny Keene were the captains. Um, we had a good year that year. We won the Dave Little Award that year. I'm not sure it was even called the Dave Little Award because Dave was still playing, was still a pretty good player. Um, so yeah, so I ended up on the perfect team. I'm still friends with most of those guys today. We actually still go on a golf trip every year in the fall. Okay, next question. Who is your favorite captains? So, they say you never forget your first. So Kerry and Kenny were obviously my favorite captains. Kerry, in fact, I think Kerry was my captain for 3 or 4 years, and then I captained with him for 2 years. I can't remember the years, but kind of a funny story. My first year when they drafted me, they actually thought I was somebody else. Apparently, there was a Scott Sinclair that played in the hockey league who was a pretty good athlete, and they thought I was him. So they were a little surprised when I walked into the Stag and I was me. But I guess it worked out because they took me a few more times after that, although I'm sure in a lot lower rounds where I should have been drafted. I think I probably played for the IT Corps for 7 or 8 years, but yeah. So they were awesome captains. I think they captained for two years, my first 2 years. Is there a particular time? Third question: is there a particular time that sticks out in your mind over the time you've played in the league? So probably the team in 2012. We were Big Drum. Joe Serafini and I were captains, and Joe and I grew up across the street from each other in Stony Creek, like right across the street. After high school, everybody kind of goes their separate ways. He went to university in Toronto. I stayed in Hamilton. You do family, kids, and all that stuff. So we kind of lost touch. I didn't see him for 25 years. So Joe signed up for the wait list in 2009. I think 2000, might be 2008. Anyways, we were on Independent Traffic then. Of course, Noli was around, so he was playing. But, Noli used to get injured shortly after the season started. And there wasn't as much diligence on the replacement rules back then. So we ended up getting Joe for Noli, I believe. anyways, we hadn't seen each other in 25 years. We picked up right where we left off. Started hanging out again with the wives and all that. So then Joe and I decided to captain in 2012, and we drafted all our friends that year that we played with the previous 3-4 years. And yeah, we ended up with a good team that year. We won the Dave Little and the Andy Smith. So awesome year. Is there anything else I'd like to say to the league? Well, I guess just looking forward to getting out on the diamond with everybody. I really miss the competition, being out with the guys. I was on a drinking team this year, so that's always good. Gonna definitely look forward to getting to QBs and having a couple pints. Although we're probably gonna end up being 2 meters apart when we're on the patio, but so be it. Just everybody keep safe. As I get any more information, I'll be sure to pass it on to everybody. All right, see everybody soon.